Lord have mercy. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the Wiley Show. I was not planning to go live tonight because I really want to unpack. Listen, I got shirts, I got bags, I just got stuff that I just need to unpack and just clean and get this apartment just livable, like, you know what I'm saying, instead of tripping over bags and boxes and stuff like that. Oh gosh, but we are here. Can y'all hear me before we get started? Let's see. Can y'all hear me really good? Let's see. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? I want to make sure if you all can hear me in the live. If you can hear me, press 1. We want to make sure that you all can hear me before we actually get live. Okay, the sound is good. Okay. We have a lot that we're going to talk about. We're going to begin talking about the Bill Gates getting a divorce. We're going to talk about LeBron James just need to shut up. We're also going to be doing a Dear Armon Wiggins. We're going to talk about that as well. But let's get started. Okay, I really want to start with Bill Gates. So Bill Gates and his wife are getting a divorce after 27 years. And when I first heard the news, I didn't want to jump on it because I'm like, it got to be some mess with this. Because if you're getting divorced from your wife from 20-some years, obviously it's some cheating involved. Obviously, you fell out of place that you're cheating. When you get old and you're getting divorced at that moment, it got to be some cheating, you know. So today I was reading that Bill Gates is still dealing with his ex. It's one of his ex that he was dealing with while he was still married to his wife. Now, it's reported that the day that his wife filed divorce, that he gave her $2 billion in stocks. And I'm like, yes, that's money. $2 billion in stock. There's no, she would not get any spousal support, but he had gave her $2 billion in stocks. And I'm like, you can't be talking to your ex while you married. One thing that I disagree in relationships when people say this, I'm just friends with my ex. I'm cool. If I'm dating somebody, if I'm in a relationship, you got to cut complete every relationship or every ex that you're with, you got to completely cut them off. I do not want to be in a relationship with somebody and they still friends with their ex. Because y'all eventually going to start fucking around. Excuse my French. I do not want to be in a relationship with somebody and you still friends with your ex. I do not agree with that. I'm not that type of person. So that's like a red flag right there. So I just knew that it's something in that situation that it's a red flag. And that red flag was Bill Gates allegedly talking to his ex. And if you still talking to your ex, obviously that's a problem. A couple of people was in his DMs talking about, Bill Gates, I love you. I can fly you out, or I love you. And then some twins start reaching out to him because, you know, people want him now for his money. He's not that attractive, but they just want him because he's the richest man one of the richest men on the planet. He's worth billions of dollars. So a lot of people just want him because of what he's worth. So that's why they was up there hitting him up and all that good stuff. So they was up there hitting him up. It was like, okay, he's worth all this money. So let me go ahead on and DM him. And that's why a lot of people have been DMing him on social media. They don't care how the man look. He not that desirable. I'm just being honest. You know, he's not that attractive. He's not my type. So people was like hitting him up in the DM like he ain't gonna be dealing with y'all. Okay, that's just not gonna happen. Not at all. Okay, let me move on to get to this story. Give me a second. Okay, wow, this is just okay. Let me get to LeBron James for a second. So LeBron James said LeBron James said he viewed the wrong conversation about Ma'Khia Bryant following the backlash over his deleted tweet. So this was on the Shade Room. They say it's been a few weeks since the untimely death of Ma'Khia Bryant. Many celebrities have spoke out about the incident about the Columbus police officer who fatally shot Ma'Khia. One of the celebrities who used their platform was LeBron James, who recently reported the NBA brawler did a tweet and delete on the photo. And he said, "You're next, hashtag accountability." Several people came for LeBron James following the tweet, including LAPD Union, O.J. Simpson. O.J. tweeted, "You can't fight everybody, every battle. You know you got to pick up your battles as war. You must, and that must be fought. But sometimes you need to take your time and be a little bit more patient before you comment on some of these bad incidents that are happening with police departments," O.J. said. LeBron should have waited. LeBron has been pretty quiet following the incident, but recently decided to clear the air and speak out. In yet another tweet on Monday, he wrote, "I viewed the wrong conversation about Ma'Khia Bryant, and I owe it to her." Now, I want to say this with LeBron James. Either you're going to stand up for the situation, and if you speak on social justice, speak on it. But if you can't deal with the backlash, don't speak on it. If you make a statement, stand by your statement. Don't try to make a statement and be like, oh, if you get backlash, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, I viewed it the wrong conversation. Don't try to stand for social justice, because when you stand for social justice and when you stand for Black Lives Matter, you will lose support. No matter how popular, you are one of the most popular basketball players, but you will be one of the most hated basketball players when you started to talk Black and speak on Black issues and speak on police brutality. And if you're not willing to take that hit, don't speak on it. Hush, shut up. Don't say nothing. If you got to do a post and delete, if you ain't ready, don't speak on it. I say the same thing about people when they speak about Farrakhan, and then when they get dragged in the media, then they want to say, "Oh, I didn't mean to say that. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I apologize. I didn't know all his comments were like this." Don't say it, because you look weak. Backpedaling on your opinion. We can't afford to have our celebrities with power and influence to say, "I didn't mean to say that. I viewed the wrong conversation. I didn't mean to do that. I viewed the wrong conversation. Oh, I'm sorry. I deleted. Oh, I'm so sorry, white people. I made y'all so upset. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." Like, come on. Like, I just don't understand. Don't speak on it. Just dribble the basketball, throw it in the hoop, win some championships, get your endorsements, stack up your millions, and leave it alone. And leave the people that's going to speak on social justice, just fund the issue. Just write a check. Everybody ain't built to speak up for issues that affect Black people. Because sadly, a lot of our Black celebrities don't have a strong backbone. When they get dragged in the media, when Fox News get them and drag them, then they want to backpedal and delete. A lot of them don't have a strong backbone. They don't. Soon as you drag them on Fox News, get ready for a post and delete. Oh, I viewed the wrong conversation. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say that at all. DMX funeral. Minister Farrakhan spoke at DMX funeral. He spoke at the funeral. And I forgot the guy. He's on Shark Tank, whatever that guy's name that's on Shark Tank. And he spoke on it. Said, "Oh man, Farrakhan gave some good words. He know that word." And they drugged him in the media. So then he deleted the tweet and apologized. He apologized because white folks were dragging him on Twitter, and he deleted the tweet. And even the tweet wasn't even bad. He was just giving Farrakhan his props about knowing the Bible. But he just deleted the tweet. Yeah, John Damon. That's his name. John said what he said about Farrakhan. They dragged him and he deleted the tweet. It's like, I'm like, just deleted the tweet. I remember when Senator Cory Booker, he spoke on Farrakhan, and then they started to drag him. Then he pulled back. I'm like, come on now. Where's our real leaders? You don't have, just be yourself. And if you can't, and if you know you can't deal with getting dragged, don't speak on it. LeBron James would speak out as long as it doesn't affect his brand or bag status. Yes, it was affecting his brand. Now he want to apologize. You don't care nothing about Ma'Khia Bryant. You don't care nothing about these issues. It's just trendy. See, a lot of these celebrities, some of them, they just speak on it because it's a trend. It's a trend. Like a lot of these celebrities were speaking on George Floyd. They didn't give a damn about George Floyd. It was just something trendy to speak on. It was something, it was a good hashtag. It was something good to put on the page. But if they get any pushback, they will delete it and leave it and move on. So you got to be very careful on that. And I say that humbly. I say that humbly. I'm going to move on to this next topic because we getting through the topics really quickly. What else subject I want to get into? Because I didn't even get a chance to talk about it. Because this was he posts. Okay, I want to see. This is what he posts. Let me read the tweets. These are the tweets that he posted he had deleted. Let me show these tweets before he deleted, because he had deleted these tweets that he wrote on his Twitter account. Here we go. He said, "I'm so damn tired of seeing black people killed by the police. I took the tweet down because it's being used to create more hate. This isn't about one officer. It's about the entire system. They always use our words to create more racism. I'm so desperate for more accountability. Anger does any of us any good. That includes myself. Gathering all facts and educating does, though. My anger still is here for what happened to that little girl. My sympathy for her family, and may justice prevail." And this is the tweet that he deleted. All he said was, "You're next, hashtag accountability." And he got dragged in mainstream, black, what was that? What conservative media dragged him, and he wasn't ready. See, when you're making statements like that, it was another person that I want to speak on. I remember Nick Cannon, another person, great guy. I think he's very talented. He was speaking on some issues. He spoke about some issues and allowed people to speak on his platform, and a certain group of people dragged him, and he started to lose bags. And then once he started to lose the bag, then he started to backpedal. That's why it is so important, before you start speaking about issues going deep in history, know that you may lose some deals. So don't speak on these issues if you ain't willing to take a risk of losing some of your endorsements. That's why it's so important for you not to speak on some issues that it's a possibility of you losing your bag, because you're going to come out looking real stupid when you come out here apologizing and crying and all that. That was another guy. he was doing the same that Nick Cannon was like one of those guys that got on his platform, spoke on some things, and he wasn't prepared for the backlash, started immediately losing bags. They snatched the show, wilding out. Soon as it was on there, snatched it off the air and premiered a movie, he lost a bag just like that. That's why you have to understand, when you stand for certain issues, you will lose things. And that's why it's important to read history. If you really, really read history, understand history, when you black and you stand up for what is right, it's a possibility that you will lose some things. That's why you have to make that decision whether you want to stand or whether you want to sit down on the sidelines. Everybody's not built like Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick will never play in the NFL. I don't think you would never. I would say this. It's a strong possibility that he will never play in the NFL again. You have to understand, you have to be okay with that you won't be in these institutions. And that just what it is. But everybody's not built like that. Man, when they get to lose their bag, they're going to be on the news apology. I'm so sorry. I'm taking classes. I'm doing this. I'm doing all this. This is exactly what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. What's else going up in the news? What is? Let me see what this is. Give me a second. Trey Songz hit with a battery lawsuit following the alleged 2019 assault of a bartender? Really? Last few months have been quite eventful for Trey Songz, as his personal life and extracurricular activities have been the subject of intense online debate. However, now his legal issues have once again taken center stage. According to recent reports, Trey Songz have just been hit with a new lawsuit for alleged assault and battery of a bartender back in 2019. TMZ reports that a bartender have served Trey Songz with official court documents in the form of a lawsuit regarding Trey alleged assault of him while working at the Hollywood. Oh, wow. Back in 2019, Trey is being sued for battery after the man claimed that during his shift around midnight and at the famed concert venue on May 9th, 2019, Trey was attending a Cardi B concert, then jumped on the bar to watch, which is completely against the bar policy. Their alleged escalated from there. The bartender, who was not been publicly identified, has told Trey that he couldn't sit at the bar, but he was annoyed. The man said he gently put his hand on Trey's shoulder to get his attention and asked him to get down, but things turned physical. The bartender said that's when Trey allegedly turned around and punched him in the head and turned back around to watch Cardi B show as if nothing happened. The bartender said he suffered. Oh my gosh. Really, Trey Songz? You got to keep your hands to yourself. When you got money, you can't be going around hitting people. You can't. You, first of all, you was going around spitting, you hitting people. You just can't. Then you was having a problem with the officers. You can't go, when you got money, you just can't be going around slapping folks. When you worth millions of dollars, you can't go around punching somebody in the head. You're going to get sued. I'm going to say it again. You cannot go around when you make money putting your hands on somebody. You just can't. Because that is, you ain't going to do nothing but end up in civil court. In civil court. Not criminal. You go end up in civil. They want that money. And these celebrities, I'm telling you, ever since this pandemic, these celebrities, that was before the pandemic. Okay, that was before the pandemic. That was 2019. You're going to get sued. Put your hands on me. I'm suing you. It was another person that had got in an altercation with Tory Lanez. What's the guy's name? The little guy, I forgot his name. He had got an altercation with Tory Lanez and knocked his teeth out, and now Tory Lanez is in a civil lawsuit with him because you can't be going around putting your hands on people because you will get sued. It's just that way. They said he ain't taking no ish. He said he want it in real life before it get worse. Okay, I'm just saying. And it's even worse in this pandemic because these G-Hobo and he was going through it. What was going on with him? Give me a second. Do we have that in here? Oh, wait, this another thing, child. Oh my God. Watch me nip. Oh, watch me nay. He going through, look at him in jail. Watch me watch me nay. Okay, he is asking for a $25,000 bond. So because he said he's not an extraordinary bail risk and will not jeopardize the safety of the community if released on bail. But he's on it for murder. I think he's on that for felony murder. Child, that's too low. Cops said they found Rooks shot to death in the streets on January 21st. Found 8 bullets causing cases at the scene. And the rep asked for positive thoughts for the rapper, claiming he's been suffering from various mental health issues for several years. But that doesn't give you an excuse to do felony murder. So, no, you don't need to be out for felony murder. Like, that's just not going to happen. You're not going to get out at all. And damn sure not for no $25,000. That's too low for felony murder. Okay? That is too low for felony murder. Ain't no way in the world that you're gonna get out for no 25. Judge, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. I'm not gonna do nothing. Just can you let me out early? Even though I'm being accused of felony murder, but can you let me out on $25,000? $25,000 is low. Okay? It is what it is. So let's go into this. My last subject is I want to speak on this, and this is a dear Ahmad Wiggins. Okay, I have interviewed Official Kingpin. He came on our show because he's on Chase in Atlanta. He's on Chase in LA. I interviewed Official Kingpin on our show, and when I got the phone call from Official Kingpin to come on our show, I was debating on to bring him on because he called me on my personal phone number to come on my show. I don't even know how he received my personal phone number, but he called me on my personal phone number to come on the show. And then he called me again to come on the show. So I was debating on, should I interview him on my show? So I was really debating on that because I'm actually interviewing someone that trashed me on their platform. And, because I didn't reach out to him because I reviewed the show. And I said, hey, let me think about, I thought about it. And I said, hey, this is good. He's on a hot show. And I said, this is good for business. And why not? So I bring him on the show. Now, with that being said, him coming on the show, of course, Armand's name is going to be mentioned. That's going to be a fact. And when he came on, we did the interview. I thought we did a great interview. And we talked about the show. He talked about his relationship with Armand. He talked about Chase in LA. And we talked about even the series that he started on me, a series of lies that I may say so as a fact. And I did the interview. I knew that it was going to get a response from Armand because I know the people are very messy and they're going to ask questions. The people carry a lot of mess. So when I'm doing my live today, I was live on the Marquise Wiley Show on my backup channel, spit it to the subscribers. And I end my live because I was on there for over an hour. I get a DM that said, hey, in a text, hey, he's Armon is trashing you on station here. He's talking about you. So, of course, we go over there, we listen. Because I want to hear what is being said, because I'm the type of person, I don't like people telling me what is said. I love to hear things from my own ears. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get yourself in a lot of trouble just going by what somebody else said and you didn't hear it. You got to be very careful. You can't trust everybody, because somebody can be lying and say he tried and he ain't said a word about you. You know what I'm saying? So I went over there and I said, let me hear from myself what is being said before I come to any conclusion, so I can gather my thoughts and hear what he's saying. So a question was brought up, Armon, what do you think about Wiley interviewing King Pain? One of his subscribers asked that question. And he said, I don't think about it. I think it's great. You know, he's on the show. And Armon was like, the only thing I didn't like is why Wiley is trying to attach himself to me as though we had a type of relationship and all of this. And he's mad because I interviewed his family and he never got over it and all of this. And he made me do it. I want to pause right there. I can't make no grown man do anything from thousands of miles away. That needs to be reworded. It say he persuaded me to do it, but made somebody do something from 1,000 miles away. Need to change that. I would change that language up. Oh, he made me do it. How can I make you do something like that? I don't have that much power. I asked you to do it, but I didn't make you do it. You made the decision to interview the family. Okay. So he goes in about Wiley, about our relationship, and about if we break up, you better not diss me on YouTube. Some of the issues that I wish that he would take ownership is some of his ways or some of his language that he used. And maybe because it comes out that he's cocky, or that he's just an extreme cocky person, or that he is, I don't know the other word that they use. I think he's very, very cocky. But I can remember when we were talking, he would say, leave your show and just focus on what I'm doing. And I did not want to leave my show. That was my decision. I didn't want to leave my show. I don't want to go back, or I would take you places if I get there. I don't want to go like that, because I didn't already built what I have, and I don't want to. Even though I wasn't getting the many views, I had a show where there was 3 views. I had a little audience. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hearing him talk on station head, saying my name. And I can agree from some of the things that I did wrong. Have I trolled him? Absolutely. I have. I trolled him. I trashed him. Talked about him. I did. Was I bitter because he interviewed my family? Yes. I was upset about it. And I didn't get over it. Now I'm over it now. But during that time, I wasn't over it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to communicate and say, hey, I'm not over it yet. You know, I didn't know that now. Now, as I process it and all that, I wasn't over it then. I'm over it now. So him talking and giving his side of the story, whether he say we didn't have a relationship, it wasn't like that. We worked together and we never met each other in person, which y'all already know this. But we done videos and we done shows together, and that's how it is. And some of his people know me for me even being on this show. And another problem I don't like. This is something else that I don't like. Oh, I'm going to say it tonight. I'm listening to him talk. Tasha K. He mentions Tasha. Now, mind you, Tasha K wasn't even mentioned during the King. Tasha K was mentioned, but I don't understand why Tasha K was even mentioned in the live on Ahmad Wiggins station here, because he mentioned Tasha. And he said these words. Tasha K was trashing Wiley to me, call him ugly and all these things. And I said, I'm just not going to take your word that if she was trashing me, calling me ugly, because we beefing, we're not friends. So that could just easily, you're usually saying is you might try to cause people, they ain't doing that. And then he mentioned my radio. Oh, they don't mess with him. He was mentioning all these people names. And I want to say this. I never said that Tasha, my radio, and any of those people were my best friends. What they did was, it was a topic and it was a show. They were able to come on and voice their opinion. That was it. Whether they never come back on the show, the purpose of them coming on have already been established, because they come on the show, they talk about the subject, whatever the subject matter is, it's good business because I run a show. But mentioning my radio's name, talk about they don't mess with Wiley anymore, to mention Tasha K name, talk about Tasha K really don't mess with Wiley, well then maybe she mess with him now, is irrelevant. It's really, really irrelevant. And see, the problem that Armon have, and he will never see it, that he is a narcissistic person. That you have to agree with everything that I say do. And if you disagree with me, we can't be friends. And he used a word. He say loyalty. But in the meaning of that, kiss my ass. As long as you kissing my ass, we good. But as soon as you critical of me, we ain't good no more. And that's his decision. That's how he is. He don't see it. But anybody around him can really see he have those ways. And maybe it's the success. Maybe it's because you got the Gucci drip. Maybe it's because you got the Gucci robe. And it was another content creator that was mentioned. He was mentioning Willie. Oh, this is why I didn't let Willie on, because he turned into Wiley. And don't mention my name when you mention Willie. Your problem, an issue that you have with Willie, is what you have with him. Mentioning my name in it is totally irrelevant. It's totally irrelevant. It's like you mentioning my name to just diss Willie, and that's not right. And he said, well, Wiley, he still troll me. He don't troll me as much and all this. I just sit and do my show. I sit and talk about subjects. I sit, talk about the subject matter. I don't bother anybody. Don't pressure anybody to come over to our show. We have 200 some odd listeners average that watch our lives. We don't bother anybody. We just do our show the best of our ability to do. And he would say, well, Tasha K was sharing Wiley platform over and over. Tasha K can share my platform 3,000 times. That's her right. But just because she shared my platform to her platform, it is not a guarantee that I will reach the numbers that she reached, because that's her audience. I know these things. And I thank her for sharing it. May God bless her for all the shares that she did and all the subscribers that came this way. And I'm grateful for that. But I just think that where Armon, when it comes to Tasha, I think that he misses Tasha K. I think that he misses her friendship. And I think it triggers him to see me being mentioned in the same space of Tasha. I feel like he's a little triggered by that. Me, it's just a blessing. Tasha is an amazing content creator. We talk about some of the things that she talk about. She's an amazing woman. Her husband is an amazing guy. It is what it is. But I think it triggers him a little bit that she have Wiley have some type of association with Tasha K. And me announcing that I'm going to Atlanta must have triggered him a little bit more. He may think that me and Tasha may link up in all of these issues, because I'm like, where's this energy coming from that I'm being so mentioned tonight? Because you said I would never mention Wiley's name again. And my name is just being mentioned. And all Wiley doing is working hard, soaking my foot, trying to unpack, getting ready to go to Atlanta to see the Monique show, to see her comedy show, just really living my life. Have I made mistakes? Absolutely. Have I trolled Armon? Absolutely. Have I done content that he have done and I've done the same content? Oh, absolutely. I'm not disagreeing with that. But is that a problem? No. If a person talk about Cardi B and you see them get views, you talk about Cardi B and get views. If a person talking about Erica Banks and getting views, you talk about Erica Banks and get you some views. If a person talking about Kevin Samuels, you talk about Kevin Samuels and get some views. If a person is talking about Dr. Umar, you talk about Dr. Umar and get you some views as well. It's no problem with doing that. Everybody do it. Everybody talk about the same people. What's the problem with Wiley doing? That's the issue that I have. I just get so targeted out, just mention Wiley. See, the interview with King Payne, it wasn't a messy interview. It was just regular questions. It wasn't a messy interview. I told my producers, I said, listen, we will not take phone calls in the interview because I don't want the interview to be derailed by people dragging King Payne. And then I get the blame that I set this whole up and just drag. No, he's a special guest. And we're going to treat him special. Even though I don't agree what he did, he's still a special guest on the show. And I have a policy not to drag the special guests. Now, when it comes to Armon, one of the mistakes that I made with Armon, when we got back cool and I allow the subscribers to call in. That's my mistake. That's my mistake. What I should have did, took a chill pill from the callers, because I know the callers get real lit and it could derail the spirit of a peace summit. That's a mistake that I made. I didn't make that mistake with King Payne interview. When I interviewed King Payne, we did not take any callers. It was just me and him talking. He held that broom in his hand. It is what it is. Is I'm jealous of King Payne because King Payne on Chase LA? The answer is absolutely not. I'm happy for my brother on a show because he's doing amazing things. That is great. That is awesome from him. That is a blessing. He's doing amazing things. Have I been featured on Chasing Atlanta? I've been featured on Chasing Atlanta twice. People need to do their homework. They be so quick to say somebody jealous and don't even know Wiley have been mentioned on Chasing Atlanta 2 times when I had 2 major interviews that woke up the streets in Chasing Atlanta. So I have always been covering the show. And I'm happy that he's on the show. I think that it fits him very well. I don't hate Ahmad Wiggins. Maybe it was the trolling, but I don't hate him. I don't hate him. Hate is a strong word. I hate being broke. You know what I'm saying? I hate being broke. I hate that my leg don't be working right. And and I hate that I gained this weight. You know what I'm saying? If I want to use the word hate, even though that's kind of strong saying that, you know what I'm saying? But hating that man, that brother, no, I don't. I don't. I really don't. And then I'm listening to the show, and he said, well, he don't go live unless I go live. The reason why I haven't been live is because I picked up a job. That have nothing to do with you not going live. I picked up a job, and I'll be tired. Only reason why I went live today, I was like, okay, since we have these topics, we might as well talk about it tonight and let me address this and give my side of the story. If I'm being mentioned, I'm going to give my side. If somebody talking about me, I'm going to give my side of the story. I'm going to give my side of the story. If somebody mentioning me on their platform, whether it's on Station or whether it's on YouTube, I'm going to give my side of the story. My side. And get my click and my view. And I want to say this. Wiley having not had his moment yet. We will have our moment. It's going to go viral. It's going to be nice. It's going to be hot. We're going to have our moment. I thank God for the audience that we do have. Some of you all was not there when we had one person listening, 2 people listening, 3 people listening, 0 people listening. Hell, I go back when there was a time when nobody, it was just me talking to the guests. And I be on there. We got millions of people listening right now. Talk to the people. I be interviewing. I don't want nobody on the phone line. It was just me and the guests. And then when I do a show without a guest, it just be me talking with nobody. People don't know the history. When I was on Blog Talk Radio, it wasn't nobody. It was just me talking. I'm talking to people all over the world. It was just me. It was just me. So having 300 people, if I had 300 people back in the day, watch me, baby, that's lit. That's lit. If I had 300 people listen to me back in the day, baby, that's lit. Okay. Now, I just want to give y'all that history. And then another person was brought up, Storm Monroe. I want to say this about Storm. That brother have sent me sponsorships. That brother came on our show, 2 Men and a Lady. That brother have gave me awesome advice. And they have been nothing but a good brother, and he's talented. He's really talented. And what I don't like is, don't, Armon, mention my name talking about Wiley knows Storm Monroe ain't like me, lit like me, and all. Don't mention my name because we don't talk. You don't know my heart, brother. You don't know my heart. You don't know the relationship that I have with Storm Monroe. You can't speak for me concerning Storm. That's unfair. You want to speak to me concerning Storm, that whatever problem you have against Storm, that's your problem. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Because I can tell you the beautiful relationship and the blessings that he have been towards me. And he's extremely talented and a hard worker. And he have an amazing work ethic. I think he had one of the best work ethic and consistency base than anybody that I know. The way how he handled that Jaguar Wright interview, he have done that the best than anybody. The way how he broke it down to make sure her message didn't get lost in the sauce. The way how he did a story time about joining a white fraternity, and you got an insight into his life, and he have a very different life, and that's a blessing because you learn something different from the guy. Some different that I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that you can join white fraternities. That was a lit live that I liked to watch. I love the lives that he does about the prescriptions and about the celebrities and breaking down the celebrity gossip. He have an amazing talent, and that's why he's blessed. And Armon is talented. Nobody's taking away he's talented. He's a very talented guy. Sometimes he gets in his own way, and I get in my own way too. I do. He gets in his own way. He feels himself, and he get that big head. He get that narcissistic way. That language comes out of him a little bit. It comes out of him, but he's talented. I will never deny the man's talent. He's very talented, and I think that he's underrated compared to some of his competitors because he puts on a damn good show. The production-wise, A1. He does an amazing job, and he knows this. He's been talented since Facebook. I've been told the man that. But that don't get taken back. That don't get dissected. That just get passed over. So I just want to tell y'all that Storm is very talented. I just want to put that on the record. They said Wiley does like to play victim and throw stones and hide his hand, act like everyone is. No, I'm not playing victim. I'm just addressing the situation. We did an interview, and it was a successful interview, and I don't regret doing it. And so we may should I open up the phone lines or let y'all just comment? I don't know, because I don't want y'all on here cussing and dragging. Just get your point across. And if you don't like Armon, you don't have to keep saying you don't like him. Because I will never say I don't like somebody that I watch, because I watch him. I'm not going to say I don't like him. I just, some of his ways be like, They'll be like, I'm not playing victim, baby. I owned up to the ways. Child, y'all didn't know Wiley when I was, when we do video. Some of y'all don't go back that far. Y'all just know now. Y'all don't go back 2, 3 years ago, 4, 5 years ago. Y'all don't go back that far. And I get it. I just want y'all to know that it's mutual. Okay. Now we open up the phone lines. We'll let y'all talk. Please do not cuss, you guys. Okay. Get your thought across. Don't come on here just trying to trash our mind and all that type of stuff. You give your thought across and your opinion, but don't get up here and just want to just trash and blah. So don't get up on her, because some of y'all just do a little bit too much, and then it makes it seem like because I don't agree with all of you. So the comments like that. The man is extremely talented. She helped him get more subscribers. They was the first ones. Now they talk about each other. I wasn't looking at it years. Yeah, a lot of people now looking at it years ago. Let's go back like 4 or 5 years ago. Okay. And it is what it is. And when we interviewed, King Payne, I knew that question was going to be mentioned. I knew it. It was a great interview. At least he could have said, that was a great interview. Wiley did a good job interviewing King. That was a great interview. What got dissected was, the family thing. You did interview the family. You listened to a mentally, let me say this real quickly. You listened to a person that was mentally ill, needed a psychiatric unit, which was me. You listen to a person and you was sick in your body, half of your face, you was sick, you had an affliction, you was sick, you was going through it. You mentioned it on the platform. I forgot what you said you had, but you mentioned it on Station Head. But I called you to force you to interview my family. We both was with an affliction. I was sick in the head. I was sick. Oh, baby, yes, I was. Yes, I was. I'm gonna tell you the truth, baby. I was sick. Were we beefing in the family then? Oh yeah, we were beefing. See, some of y'all don't go back that far. Y'all don't remember that the F words, the B words, it was rough. When me and my mom and sisters when we were beefing, it was hard beef. We were beefing hard. Court orders and court stuff was going on. I had to leave Chicago, come to Dallas. It was rough. And baby, if it was YouTube then, baby, that would have been a cute coin. That was on Facebook. That was rough back in the day. But we all in a better place. It was a nasty beef. It was a nasty beef. You got to go back 2017 and 16, 17. It was a nasty beef. It was very nasty. Because I was I was not there mentally. Some people ain't willing to have that conversation. Maybe when they go through it, they'll understand. Unless you've been through something mentally in your mind and lose your mind, only people that can understand me is people that had lost their mind that can understand it. Some of y'all never lost y'all mind, but when you lost it and you battling and you going through it and you hearing voices, so some of y'all never experienced that, but I have. I have. See, that part, you got to bring that part up. You can't neglect, you said all that, but you neglecting the part the man is sick, mentally unstable, he needed some psychiatric treatment. You keep going, following his story, ends up in a mental hospital, ends up in a couple of mental hospitals. So you can't neglect and erase that part of the argument, because that's a big part you got to bring up. And I've gotten much better. My emotions, I have that. It's much, much better control than it was years ago. In my family, we had an amazing conversation with my oldest brother that I talked to today. And I talked to my mom, had a beautiful conversation with my mom, talked to my sister. I talk more with them now than I ever have, but it's been a point that we weren't talking. It was like we was on the street. Okay. It was like we was on the street. It was public. It was public. And I'm going to continue to talk about it because I want people to understand that you can get through it. Sometimes you can go through your family, sometimes it be that way. He never speak on the mental health. You gotta speak on the mental health. You got to speak on that part, because mentally I wasn't there. You can hear it in my voice. The voice was different than my voice now. My voice was different. What there? So you got to bring it up. Most people ain't willing to bring that up. They ain't willing to have that conversation, because that's a serious conversation. Baby, we could talk about it, because mental illness is real, and I know it runs in my family. Baby, it creeped up on me like, what was that? Baby, mental illness knocked on my door. Hello, I'm here, and took over. It was hard. I've lost many friends. Because, baby, them answers and me cussing you out when I'm real manic, baby, you ain't gonna have no friends. It was one of my friends, I'm gonna tell you this, and we over the phone lines. I was going to Atlanta, and I wasn't well. I was very manic. I know that now. And I was on the phone. I was angry, and I was so mad. I was just cussing randomly, just cussing him out, saying, "You ain't gonna never be famous. You this, you a B, you this." Cussed him out so bad. Then I cussed out my cousin. And I cussed out his friend. It was a mess. It was a hot mess. I was a hot mess. But God said, "You're gonna get through it, brother. You're gonna get through it." And I got through it. It's a lot of underground, undiagnosed Black people walking around and navigating anxiety when I realized how much. And there's a lot of people that need to have run around with undiagnosed problems and stuff like that. I've now that I know, I was like undiagnosed for a long time. So now I'm going to open up the phone lines and see if y'all want to call in. We're not going to have a lengthy show because we are already an hour in. Excuse me. Oh, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Yes, that's a good thing. And so I take my treatment so very well. Like, I listen, I don't do all that smoking and drinking. Now, when I go to Atlanta, I'm going to do a couple of drinks. But as like abusing alcohol, no. Abusing marijuana, no. Making sure that I sleep. I'm going to go back and do an exercise, but I make sure I read. I make sure that I take breaks from YouTube. I make sure that, you know what I'm saying? If I need to call my psychiatrist, I'll call my psychiatrist. You know, I'm in a much better space. Much better space. Let me see if I can open up these phone lines. Give me a second. Because y'all want the phone lines open up. And please be respectful, people. Okay. All right. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna open up these phone lines. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Much better space. I'm telling you. And I thank God for that because it was some days that I was rough. And I don't wish that on my worst enemy end up in a mental hospital when you can't go home, when they tell you ain't going home, here you go. I'll never forget that experience, even being in a 4-point restraint and they strapped you down and locked you in a room. Like, man, I don't wish that on my worst enemy. I don't. No way. Okay. Let me see. I'm trying to make sure these phone lines open up so y'all can call in. Give me a second, you guys. I'm doing that. Okay. And then shout out to you. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video and like. I mean, thumbs up is like, but y'all know what I mean. Like the video. Okay, we're gonna go to we're gonna go to this. Open up the phone lines. I think I got it together. Okay. All right. Let me open it up the lines. Uncle Grandpa's way. Oh, child, y'all, something else. I got the number on the screen. Shout out to the moderators. I know some of the moderators are busy, but shout out to them. All right. So we're going to open up the phone lines. We're going to allow y'all to call in, and we're good. I gave my commentary, and I said what I said. Let me say, even after all that, I still, okay. Well, no. Uncle Grandpa's waiting. My gosh. It was so funny. Okay. Let me see. Is this it? 1838? I think 1838. You live on the air. Can you hear me?
Hello, how you doing, brother?
Hey, I don't know if you can hear me. Okay, you can hear me.
You hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, I can. Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you. Okay. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. At first, I wasn't gonna come live today. I was gonna go live tomorrow because I worked a heavy day today. But what's on your mind?
I want you to give me a few minutes because I'm going to break this down to explain what the root of Ahmad Wiggins' issue with you and Armon. And it's going to make sense, and I promise you I'm going to be respectful. His issue with you is he sees you as somebody that's still in the beast state. He expects you to still be a character of yourself instead of the person that you are today that show growth and show maturity and got your own audience. You might not be as big as him right now, but you have to be taken seriously based on how you conducted your platform. And I think what the Tasha K Association is, he feels like Tasha K treated you better than he treated him. So that's also a resentment of him towards you because of that dynamic. Now, let me skip past you just for a second. With Storm, his beef and hatred for Storm is Storm represents the success that he should have had. And what I mean by that is all the stuff that Storm has received based on Tasha K's help and mentorship, he felt like he was in line for that. Remember, he had joined the Tasha K bandwagon when Tasha K and Love to See first started beating. And at the end of the day, he thought he was on, as an opportunity, he was on ride Tasha K's coattails to whatever hype that Tasha K was on, because you could clearly see, even when Tasha K was at 200,000, when he joined Tasha K bandwagon, you knew Tasha K was going to go far. You knew she had the power. And then when Tasha K see how he moved and his ego, he cut him off and said they wasn't friends and they were never friends. He never got over that, and he was always triggered by her recovery. So I think at the end of the day, his beef with Tasha and his beef with you and Storm specifically is he never got over the fact that Tasha never cared for him like he cared for y'all two. And that always bothered him, because even before Storm and Rose, I guess, trashed him and his dad on a live one day when he was a celebrity doctor, I remember that episode. He was throwing shade towards Storm and Rose. Then when Storm and Rose first got introduced by Tasha on her life. And so he was being trashed to Storm and Rose long before Storm and Rose stood back. So when Storm and Rose stood back, that what gave him all the ammo that he needs to constantly go after him, even long after Storm and Rose talked about it. And so it's just, at the end of the day, the root of his issue with y'all three in particular is Tasha K never gave him the love that he want and desire from a person that he really wants her respect. Mm-hmm. And he feels like y'all have her respect, and that's not the case with him. And I think that truly bothers him as an individual. Somebody that especially is an overly emotional, sensitive person.
And that's well, what I learned, like being emotional is not really good, because you can make some, bad decisions. But again, let's with him, he's already successful. I mean, once you over 100K and you got thousands of people that view you, you're successful. Even if you're not even, and let me say this, even if you're not at 100K, you got whatever art. If you have an audience, thank God for the audience that you have, because sometimes when people think, oh, if I'm not at 100K, I'm not successful. No, if you got people watching you, you got influence, you're successful. So let's not look at it like, you know what I mean? Because how some people say, oh, you got to get to 100,000 subscribers to be successful. No, because it's rough. It's hard to get to these numbers. Like it's a lot of work to get to these numbers. And if you keep at it, you will get there. Would I think him and Tasha will ever be friends again? I don't know. I can't speak for Tasha, but one thing I can say is he will have to call, and they will have to probably have a conversation offline and to see if they can ever try to have that relationship. But once you had a relationship with Daytime Tea Time, I don't know if they will ever have a relationship with ever be at Armon or Tasha will ever have that type of relationship, because he's friends with Daytime and Daytime don't get along with Tasha. So I don't know. I don't know if he will ever have that relationship with Tasha.
I agree with that. And let me put it this way. What I'm trying to say is this. Yes, he might have success, and I'm not saying he's not successful. But you ever heard this cliche, I can have money, but money don't buy me happiness?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And so
that's true.
He could be successful in his own way for subscribers and stuff like that. But his most important attribute, and that what he desires is, he wants Tasha's approval. More than the success, he wants her approval and love. And I think that means more to him than his subscribers or lack thereof subscribers. I just feel like when he look at Storm, he look at what he could have had. Because he could have had double the numbers that he got now if he was stuck with Tasha K and had the sponsorship. Because one thing Tasha K know how to do, she know how to market. And when somebody, Ahmad Wiggins, talent, boy, she could have did wonders with him, and you know this. And he knows this too. And he knows that his ego got in the way of something that could have been special. And anytime he watched Stormer or even hear his name, he got to be constantly reminded of that in his own head, that he could have had something special. But he let it go because he allowed his ego to get in the way. And so that's where the projection and the anger comes from.
Oh, wow.
All you got to do is look at the venom that he talk about Stormer Road. You don't talk about somebody that you never met in real life like that. Unless it's some kind of symbol or some kind of cliche that person represents.
Wow.
That's the truth. It's not like, it's one thing they met in real life and then he had these feelings. Then okay, I can say, okay, there's history there. But when you never met somebody like that in real life, you have these type of feelings and emotions, it's deeper than, okay, somebody did something wrong to me. You are something that I can't never have. Or you are something that I could have had, but I allow myself to get my own way. And I'm going to give you one more piece of before I get off the phone, because I know there's other people on the line. The best piece I can give when I'm trying to describe this situation is this. You know the high school basketball star, they had another high school basketball star that was on the same team that probably wasn't as good as them, but that person went on to college basketball at ABA, and that person became famous. And the person who had become famous because of academic issues or drug issues or lack of motivation or whatnot, how they constantly talk about, well, when me and that person were on the same team, I was better than him. I thought I was this, I was that. Yet that person's not where the other person who wasn't as talented is at that point in time as far as their career. But that person projected because that person knows, okay, I could have been there too if I would have played the same commitment and worked at the end, use the same connections as the person that wasn't as good as me that played on the same team as I did. And that's what it comes down to. And so when you had something that you knew that could have been special and you let it go, and then the other person took advantage of the opportunity, you know, it makes you angry. It makes you feel like, damn, I was really screwed up. But he's not man enough to admit it because just like you say, you're a narcissist. And when you're a narcissist, you can't admit your own faults and mistakes. You're rather project and make other excuses why you're not where you should be, instead of just saying, if I would have did this better, maybe I could have had something special too. Or maybe I could have had that woman that I was desiring, I could have had her special love as well. And that's all I have to say. You have a good night. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you. All right, the number is 646-7. Thank you. There, you have a good night. 646-716-8447. Let's go to the phone line. 1735. You're live on the air. Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm gonna turn you down a little bit. Yes, I can hear you.
Shane, your hand is Wiley.
All right, let me go to this other caller. 5840.
Hey, Wiley, I just want to say I agree with you because Ahmad could have said you did a great job. First of all, I want to commend you because you came a long way. Okay, I see you trying. I see you putting your best foot forward, and you will make it. You will succeed greater than what you are now. Okay, but my thing is, he could have gave you that plug, being that his best friend, King Payne, was on your platform conducting an interview with you. So he could have drove some of his people to come and check it out because his best friend was on your platform. So he could have acknowledged that as opposed to say, why Wiley bringing up my name? But you bringing up the name wasn't in a bad, malicious way.
No, it was all relevant to the conversation
that
came up. It wasn't bad. And my thing is this: King Payne came on the show and he said, "Well, I didn't watch it, but then I watched a little piece of it." And he said what he said with a little piece that he disagreed with. But again, it was a great interview. It wasn't even that messy.
To watch it, you have to watch it. To see a little piece, you have to watch it. So stop throwing a little shade. You watch the video. The clip that you seen, you just seen that particular part with your name in it? Really?
Because
so he didn't support his best friend.
I'm telling you, he watched the interview. I mean,
I believe so myself.
I mean, come on
but
now.
I do want to say, I also agree with you when you said you can't make anyone do anything. First of all, you guys are thousands of miles away, okay? You can't force anybody, you can't make them do anything. If that's the case, I want to know, because he also was upset with Kelly Mizrahi when Kelly took the interview and interviewed your sister.
Right. He was.
And then him and Kelly had a big falling out.
You go way back.
Like, did you? Yeah, absolutely. So I want to know, like, how could Wiley made you interview his family, but at the end of the day, you're getting upset when someone else took the story?
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you.
Therefore you wanted to interview. You wanted to, because you wanted to be hot at that time. You wanted to explode at that time.
And I said that was going to be in a documentary. Oh, you don't know what? I have an amazing documentary that's going to come out. I have an amazing story. And he was speaking on this, but I just want people to understand. Kingpin called me on my personal number, not the show number. You know what I'm saying? The Google.
And when that part opened up, I gagged because I thought you reached out.
No,
honestly speaking,
he called me.
I gagged.
He called me on my personal number. Yes, he did. So he reached out to me. I didn't reach out because I wasn't going to reach out because I was going to talk about Chase in LA. I don't want no problems. The boom. He reached out and we interviewed, and I took the interview. No, I didn't reach out to him. He reached out to us, and we interviewed him. We gave it was a good show. I think people wanted.
My gut feeling is saying someone. I'm not going to name the name, but someone had to give him that number because he didn't have the number.
No, that's what I'm saying. Armon must have to give it to him. He had to.
I don't know if you can fill in the blank. But yeah.
Because he had called me, said, "Hey, this is official Kingpin. I want to come on the show." And I said, "Oh, okay, yeah, we can schedule that." And I was thinking about, I was like, "Should I do this? What is this going to be about? Is it going to be a setup?" And it was a great interview. And we talked about the elephant in the room. People was upset that Kingpin didn't apologize and all of that. I get it, but we brought it up. I didn't run from it. I said, "Listen, we're going to address it right here."
Absolutely. And I also want to say, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with you guys, but me looking in, what I can see, no one is paying Ahmad Wiggins the attention. Not my radio, not Storm, not Tasha K. I mean, you guys are just doing your stuff.
We just content creators.
For him to bring this up.
He brought up Mob, and
for him to bring up you guys' names now, like what, you want to go viral, you want to be talked about. I know the 21st is coming up. I'm a little confused because to my knowledge, you guys weren't really talking about him.
No, we wasn't. It was just an interview.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go back in the bushes.
Yeah, thank you so very much for calling in.
No worries.
Bye-bye. Okay. The number is 646-716-8447, 0622. You live on here.
Hey, Wiley. Can
Hey.
you hear me?
I can hear you.
Cool. So first of all, just like everybody else, I want to congratulate you on your growth because it's evident, right? Like we can all see your growth. But I want to talk on how the first call was actually really right. He said, basically, Ahmad, he thinks that he kind of outgrew you, but he didn't count on you growing, and that's really what you did. He thought, well, I'm carrying Wiley, but didn't think that Wiley could actually carry himself, And that's exactly what you're doing. Of course, you know, God gave you all this ability, but we have to be honest, like you're really stepping into a place that you're about to really, you're going at the right pace, whereas some people, they're catapulting and then they're going to immediately fall. It's like a sugar high, right? They are getting all these people and then eventually it's going to come crashing because what they're doing to get them. When all of your people are truly authentic, truly coming because you have a great sense of humor and you capture us, right, with your story times and with your celebrity gossip. It's not biased because you have a connection with Cardi or Nicki. You know what I mean? It's all true connection and celebrity gossip. But I'm going to be a little shady and I'm going to let you touch on this and then go back into the bushes. But I want you to tell me what you think, okay? And anybody else in the chat that wants to. King Payne is on a show, and he has 6,000 followers. His best friend, and I'm just doing some math, has 116,000 followers. Now, there is a huge gap somewhere. If you have a friend, wouldn't you promote your friend like Tasha K promotes you? Wouldn't you want to put him in a place to where you can both benefit and eat out at Ruth Chris? I mean, I'm just saying, I might be a little messy, but what you think?
But again, can we say this and we be honest? I think King Payne don't put in the work. A person, I can promote you every single day, but if you don't show up and say, "Hey, Wiley gonna be performing at the House of Blues," and I never show up, I would never get an audience. He have to show up and do the work. YouTube, I'm telling you, it's about how much work you're putting in. A person can promote you all day. You have to build it, and the people have to feel your energy. You know what I'm saying? And you will have to find your own audience and build upon that. You know, that's just what it is. And I just think, and I asked King Payne that. I said, I don't think that you want to be a YouTuber because you do other things. I don't think he want to be a YouTuber. He runs his own business, have his own hairline. I don't think he want to be a YouTuber because if he did, he would do it. He would be more consistent and take advantage
and that's what I love about the interview.
Of the friendship, and not take advantage, but use that as a blessing, a springboard for that by continue to do it, watching and see the type of content, celebrity gossip, and learning that and building upon that. Then when I do a show, make sure later that night I go live and I build upon the momentum. I keep it going and stuff like that. He got to keep it going. Sometimes he'll take a month off. Sometimes he'll take 2 months off. Sometimes he'll take 3 months. And anybody know when you take them many months off, it's hard to build an audience that way. You got to be consistent.
That's very true. And that's why I'm wondering, like, how do they pick the people for, and maybe you have more insight into that, but how do they even know who they want to be on these reality shows? Because I don't see the following behind them.
You do only thing you do for these reality shows, you send an email, you audition. That's how you get on. Now, no shade towards the cast, but it's not a show that you get a check. How you get money on the back end by promoting your T-shirt or your brand, your business. You get more exposure to increase sales. That's how you get paid if you have a business. Now, if you ain't got a business, that's on you. But the smartest thing that you can do on that platform is to have a business and you grow and followers like that. But you send an email, you audition. When people was trying to trash me about that, I'm not on the show. I never sent an audition tape. Never send an audition tape. You don't see an audition tape of me trying to get on the cast or sending any try. I never sent an audition tape. Never. So I would never be on it because I never.
Dallas comes to you.
If Chase and Dallas.
If Chase and Dallas comes to you and says, "Hey, Wiley, we want you to be on Chase and Dallas," then what do?
I probably won't take it because it's not paid. I probably won't take it because you got to put in work. You got to show up to the taping. You got to allow them to come in your apartment or your place. You're allowing them in space. You got to have your own outfits. It's no wardrobe budget. You know what I'm saying? I get paid to do what I'm doing on YouTube. For me, I just don't see myself doing that unless it's something. It got to make sense money-wise because I'm making money right now. But if I'm, I got to show up for the taping. And sometimes that will interrupt my taping on YouTube because you got to show up and go to events before you can tape. You know what I'm saying? So I never sent an audition tape for Chasing Out. And if I do, it would be a lit story because I have so many storylines that they can use. It would be a lot of mess and it would be a lot of drama. But I don't want to do that if I ain't getting no check. That's me. I want to get a check for my drama, especially about the catfishing thing. You mentioned it. Then people that I catfish come on the show and confront me and all that. I want to get a check. I don't want to be doing that stuff for free.
Right. No, that makes sense. And lastly, to your fans, Wiley, I want to ask the question that everybody else is wanting to know. When are we getting a meet and greet? Especially because I'm in Dallas.
But my thing is, we waited. What we was waiting on is waiting on this pandemic. Give it a little bit more time. Maybe the summer, maybe the fall. It's upon how it is. Because some people say they don't want to travel like that because of this pandemic. So yeah. But we have one. We still planning on stuff like that, but we just trying to see about this pandemic because I don't want nobody to get. I fully get vaccinated next week. Once they say it's kind of good, we can all travel and move around. Then we could do something. We can make it happen.
All right, that sounds good. All right, I'll let you get to the rest of the calls.
Yes. Yeah, you. Thank you. All right.
Bye.
Bye. I know Texas is open, but I'm talking about I have supporters all over the country that maybe, but we'll see. Maybe the summer or maybe the fall. 2102 calling on air. Okay, that's the same person that be calling in. he don't never get tired. Okay. Well, we have that number. He just calling on different numbers, just be playing on the phone. How are you doing? Welcome back to the chat. Okay. And Black people need to stop telling other Black people doing the thing to humble themselves. Stop bringing your talent, success to make other people feel great. Yes. And the show is growing and we have an audience and we love it. And we want to thank y'all. And thank y'all for calling in. And we working on, we're going to be making some upgrades in due time. Move a little slow because I still didn't unpack these boxes. So tomorrow I got a lot of work to do. I want to put up this green screen. It's in one of these bags. So I wanted to put it up today. And it's in one of these bags. I cannot find which bag it in. So I'm going to have to clean up and vacuum the floor, do a whole lot of work for tomorrow. Can you do a funny story time? We will do more story time. So we got more story times coming. Chicago, we'll be doing a story time. So y'all be on the lookout for that. I will be in Atlanta May 14th and 15th. So I want to see y'all in Atlanta. If we can link up, we have any Atlanta followers. We could find a bar or something like that. We can have a good time. Okay. Hey, baby doll, welcome back. I see you in the chat. Welcome back. Make sure y'all comment and subscribe. Also, too, let's not forget that we have a text list if you want to be notified when we go live. Okay, and we pay this every month. They take it out of my account every month and pay to notify people when we go live. So if you want to be notified, you could just text 833-760-1691 and just text the Wiley Show to 833-760-1691 and you could be notified when you go live. Also, leave us a comment and tell us how we did. We had a conversation and it is what it is and stuff like that. We wish them all well. Tomorrow night is Chasing LA. So we'll be coming back with a review on that. And then also I'll be reviewing polls. And we will continue the show going and keep it going. I just want to thank everybody for telling me to go live. All one word. And so I just want to thank everybody. They said, Wiley, go live. You need to go live on the show. And I thank y'all because I worked a hard job. Okay, let me tell y'all something before I go. We ain't got to rush out here. We were family. So I went to work today, and let me tell you, I didn't have on no socks. Went to work, no socks. I ain't have on no socks. I said, no, I ain't wearing no socks. My legs was kicking, and I don't know if I got arthritis or gout. I don't know what it is, but I couldn't hardly move. And I love my nurse. Don't get me wrong, I love her. Marquise, they need you in this type of room. And let me tell you, I tell people, you're blessed if you can move around and do for yourself. But if people are not being changed, let me tell you, if people is not being changed, the saddest thing is when you're changing somebody and they're in pain because they have a skin breakdown. When you imagine everybody in here probably can go to the restroom and do for themselves, but when you cannot do for yourself and that you have to depend upon somebody to come, and that person, you got to take care of 18 people, you may not get clean every 2 hours like you're supposed to get clean every 2 hours. So people start developing skin breakdown, and it's really, really a sad thing. When I go to work, I'm here, there, boom, boom, here, and you can't be everywhere. Then you gotta hurry up and get you a little 30-minute lunch break. As soon as you come on, you got 5 call lights going on. You going here, you going there, you going. This is how I am at work. Like back and forth, this room, and then you try to take a break. Like I'm breathing, like okay. Gotta go to this room. Gotta go there. Oh, it's down the room. Oh. You got to do smoke break. They got to go out and smoke. You got to do the smoke. Then you got to go out and smoke break. You going here. You going there. This is exactly how I move. And if you're not willing to do that, don't get into it. It is very exhausting and it's hard. I took a deep breath today when I was at work. I took a deep breath, and one of the therapy ladies looked at me. She said, "You're doing a good job. This job is a lot of work." Because I took a deep breath because I was so like bombarded of just pulling in different ways. When you hear your name being ringing every different way, help me, I need this one, I need help in this, I need help in it. It's a lot. It's really, really a lot. And the sad part that I'm going to speak on, I want to say it clearly. These nursing homes need to do a better job hiring more staff. And the reason why y'all short, let me say it for the people in the back, is because y'all not paying the CNAs enough money. CNAs need to be making $20 an hour, $20, not $15. That's just the base pay, starting out pay. But I'm talking about $20 an hour and up. Because you're changing, especially if you're taking care of 20 people, 18, 20 people that can't move around, that just in the bed and all that. You got to get Hoyer lifts, sit to stands, turn. That's a lot of work. That is a lot of work. And it's more broader. So a lot of these places, they don't want to pay. They want to offer you a little nothing and then offer you a little bonus if you pick up an extra little shift. You need more than that little bonus. It's a lot of work. So I want to tell you guys, I have been under a lot of pressure. And the reason I haven't been on YouTube, because I've been so tired. I was so tired today, I couldn't even stand up today. When I lay down, I couldn't even get up. I have to like crawl to go to the restroom. That's just how tired my body was. Yesterday, I was extremely tired. I was sleeping. I said, "Ooh, this is a lot." And every time I go in, it's really, really a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And when I leave there, just beaming in sweat. If you would have saw me today, I was just beaming in sweat. Sweat was just dripping down my face. My mask was so dirty, just was so much sweat and all that, because it was just too much work. You're doing showers, you're doing this, you're changing this person. Because when you do it, just because you change them, they can wet again, and they can wet again, and they can wet it. You got some people that will wet, mess, wet again, change. You got to keep, some people that way. Then you get the needy people. Then you get the complainers. It's like a whole different. I ain't never heard my name ring so much. Marquise, come here. I'm like, whoa. And your feet be hurting so bad. Like my feet was hurt. And I said, I work for every dollar in every corner. Okay. Got different herbs, lifting those places on concrete floor. Please take care of yourself, please. Yes, I have to. So I'm going to get some better shoes and everything. And I like when I do a good job. I like when I make sure everybody is clean. I like when there's no call lights. I feel real good, and I feel bad when it's work that still need to be done. When I sometimes I do really feel bad, but it's close to impossible to take care of too many people. It's just impossible. Some people won't get a shower because there's just too many on the list. It's a lot. So I have 2 days off, and I'm taking it. Child, these jobs will never pay your worth. They always add additional strength to it. Absolutely. So that's how we came on YouTube today. I said, let me talk to my audience. It's really, really a lot. And shout out to the people that are allowing people to come in and speak to their see their families. That's a blessing. Okay. Give me a second. We have somebody in the queue. Okay. Yes, the lazy CNAs and nurses make it hard for the great. Yeah, they make it hard. Absolutely. They make it hard for the great CNAs. They do. You come in when people ain't changed and you just feel so bad. You just feel so bad when you see people with redness. You just see people, you know they about to get a big juicy bed sore, and you just feel so bad. And I try to be as gentle as ever, but you gotta get it from the creases. Anybody that know what I'm talking about is like you see the breakdown and the crack of the butt because of wetness, because you're not being changed in appropriate time, so the breakness and the redness come down. And so I'm trying to make sure I do all my I got all my showers done. I do everything, and I be in pain, and I feel it when I get home too. When I make sure everything is get done, when I get home, I feel it. And I work hard. When I leave there, someday I have to take a deep breath when I get in the car, and I be like, whew. I had to take off that hot man. And working with a mask, it make it worse because the mask is like hard. Get your EIN for your YouTube channel, apply for PPP to help pay your bills. Oh, wow. Okay. While going to school. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Wow. It's a lot. When you take off that mask, like, whew, whew, whew. Oh, my God. Oh, and I have to take a break. I told him, I said, listen, I'm taking my 30 minutes. I have to take my break. And the reason why I don't come on YouTube is because y'all ain't gonna hear nothing but me just cussing. So I don't come on YouTube. I try to give me a bite to eat and try to blast the AC in my face, trying to, gather my thoughts and be like, okay, I gotta go change so. I need to go change this. Then I need to turn this person. Okay, I need to go back over there. Okay, I need to change her sheets and get her some new sheets. Okay, then she want a new blanket. Okay, I gotta make sure all my charting is done. And then I have to go up over there. Okay, I gotta do the lunch trays. Okay, I gotta do the smoke break. Okay, let me make sure that such just got soap in her room because she said she didn't have no soap. It's like you be running through all the different thoughts. I'm telling you. It's something. I'm really, really telling you. So it's a rough job. So shout out to all the first responders. If you're a first responder, shake your hand. Shout out to all the first responders. Shout out to all the nurses. It's like, woo. I agree. Register LLC to start rating, especially for your channel. Yes. Shout out to the people in the chat. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. Do you have a back or knee? I need to give me a back brace. So send it to my PO box. I need to give me a back brace because my back be kick. I be in pain. I'm gonna sleep good. I'm gonna take me a hot shower and I'm gonna sleep good tonight. I'm gonna just tell you, I'm gonna sleep good tonight. Okay. Thank you all so very much, but it's a lot of work, okay? I have other interviews lined up. I'm telling you, I have other interviews lined up. So in my support, so I didn't wear it today because I was rushing. I had woke up a little late, so I was speeding to get on because I'm trying to get on time, and I need to get a better shoes or support shoes and stuff like that. But yes, I want to say thank you to the supporters. I did get a lot of shirts in the PO box. Okay, so thank y'all so much. I got some shoes that I ain't never wear before. I just need a good pair that really can fit my feet. That really is comfortable shoes. Are you going to get a rental in Georgia? I'm going to get a rental in Georgia. I'm probably going to Uber and Lyft in Georgia. I don't want to deal with the hassle with it because I'm going to be drinking. Okay, I'm going to be drinking. So if you're in Atlanta, we could just meet at a bar and drink. Respected stockings, that's what I wear. Okay, my sister's a nurse and I love scratches for sport. Okay, thank you. Get some vertebrae or the 6 p.m. shoes. Okay, yeah. So I will be in Atlanta and stuff because I'm gonna be drinking. I got a drink. I was about to smoke me a cigarette today. I was about to go to the gas station, give me a cigarette. That's how much stress I was. I was about to go get me a cigarette and just smoke a cigarette and listen to Mary J. Blige. Okay. All right. Just send me a DM. Send me a DM and we can link up and we'll meet at a bar or something and I'll let y'all know. Okay. Yes. On the business where I help so much. Yeah. So we'll link up. Everything like that. I was gonna smoke a cigarette. No more pain, 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 no drama, ain't no drama in my life. Never again. No. I was gonna pick up me a cigarette. That's how much work I was doing. I'm telling you, cause yeah, I was over it today. There was only tear. That's all I listen to while I live in my work parking lot. But one of my favorite songs that I listen to on my lunch break, I believe the door open, I will go open, okay. Okay, I believe the door open. That's one of the songs that I love. But let me tell you, I love doing CNA work. I love it. I feel important. I love helping people. I love it. I love helping people. I really do. I love helping people. Okay, I love that song. Yeah, I love that song. And where you at? And where the back? And okay, baby, that's my song. Oh, I would love to get it in. That's on my list. Okay, that's my song. Oh my God, I love it. I believe he's too perfect. I don't think he's human. I look too good to be alone. House clean, pool warm, fresh shade. Me too. It's just her by her. I love it. I just love doing CNA work. I think it's great work. We just overworked. And some places, you blessed if you get paid nice and all that. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll be listening to Not Cry by Mary J. Oh, child. Oh, child. Y'all is something else. Okay. Shout out to y'all. What was Luther song? Here and now. I promise to love it fully for your need. Here and now, I promise to love it fully your need. That's our song, man. I told y'all, can y'all please send me some karaoke place? I want to do karaoke. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh. Okay. Oh, that's my song. Oh, wow, that's my song. That is my song, child. Oh, okay. You walk down the aisle to that, Miss Moore. Okay. Where you go to where you guys do see it? Now I want to go to karaoke in Atlanta. I'll be going to Monique's show, but I want to do the karaoke and just listen to it. Yes. It's just amazing. I just would love to do that. Just amazing. I love area of music too. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so very much for watching the Wiley Show. Leave us a comment and let us know how we did. Okay. And we will see y'all in the next video. Peace. All right, we're gonna go. We gonna go. See y'all in the next video. Oh, see y'all in the next video. Oh, ooh. Okay. Yeah, make sure y'all catch the replay. Okay. Ooh, ooh, okay.